Hey sketchy friends! So today is a bit of a different video. The subject of today's drawing is my bass guitar, Cyril, that's his name. I can't actually remember when I got Cyril, but I think it must have been somewhere around 2014, that's like my best guess really. And since I got this bass, I've never touched a different one. He is my perfect match. So he was shipped from the USA by a man with a horse racing farm, and I managed to pick up a real bargain from him. I'm convinced because he didn't really know how to use eBay properly, so I got it for an amazing price. And he just had it sitting around, he just didn't play it anymore. He told me he used to jam on like Sundays with this saxophone player from Roxy Music or something crazy. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this bass, it was just the perfect instrument for me, and I used it in countless shows and tours with my band. I guess some of you, or most of you, probably don't know that I used to be a musician. Not that I've stopped being a musician, but I don't play in a band anymore. But yeah, I was in a progressive rock, post-rock kind of band for really like 10 years? No, more. I don't know. Anyway, just the one album in that time, but it's a belter, so you should definitely check it out. Shameless plug, even though I'm not in the band anymore. So yeah, you can go and check it out on Spotify or Apple Music if you like, or probably other places. It's called The Animal You Are, band name Sümer, Sumer. So anyway, do check it out. So as we all know, because I bang on about it relentlessly, I am shifting my life from the UK over to South Africa to marry the love of my life and live happily ever after, hopefully. So I left the band a couple of years ago to actually travel full time. So I sold most of my things. That was a very loud bird. I sold most of my things back then, but I didn't quite have the heart to let Cyril go. So now I'm back and I'm really sort of being even more ruthless. Now's the time to move on and to part ways. So he's for sale, and I guess will be leaving me soon. So I thought it'd be really cool to honour him in my sketchbook. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I didn't want to do like a laboured drawing or painting, like really precise or really perfect, and like really spend hours on this. I just wanted to do little sketches of bits and bobs, make a sketchbook spread, have a little fun with it, keep it really simple. And I wanted to share that with you guys to kind of show you that you don't need to sit down and labour over things for 2 or 3 hours. You know, you can just get your sketchbook out and just sketch stuff and just record the story. It doesn't have to be any massively great work of art. It's your sketchbook. It's just supposed to be fun, right? Now, if any of you have done my 7-day urban sketching at home challenge, you know the possibilities and small stories all around us, basically endless. This is kind of one of those moments, you know. And if you haven't joined my 7-day urban sketching at home challenge yet, you can at any time hop over to urbansketchingworld.com and sign up there, and you'll get a drawing prompt every single day for 7 days, along with a video of me doing the same prompt around my home. So, you know, if you fancy that, if you fancy some inspiration to get sketching around your house and get working in that sketchbook, then yeah, hop over to the website and go sign up. You know, maybe it's not in the prompt list actually, but maybe you've got a musical instrument, so why don't you try sketching it? You could do one big sketch, or you could just focus in on a few details, kind of like I've done here, or just pick bits and pieces and just create an entire spread. It's actually a very calming thing to do. It really helps exercise mindfulness. I can actually promise you that I thought of nothing other than how the hell I'm going to draw this guitar the whole time. So you can't really get much more present than that, right? I'm being glib, but you know what I'm getting at. It's like a really pleasant way to spend an hour or so. So I find that sketching like this requires a certain mindset, one of letting go. So not worrying about how pretty the end result is, but just recording what's there. It's actually quite liberating just going straight in with a pen and a bit of a devil-may-care attitude, living life right on the edge, right? That's what I thought I'd do with this. I was like, no pencil, not going to mess around, just go straight in with pen I actually used a brown pen here. I think it's a Faber-Castell fine liner. I actually kind of picked up this inspiration, I'd say, from a book I got recently called Drawing Expressive People by Roisin Curie. It's one of the Urban Sketching Handbook series. So she actually uses brown ink a lot, most of the time, I think. And she also, most of the time, or pretty much always, draws directly in pen. So there's actually a few tips about how to approach this in that book, such as making sort of tentative light lines for your early marks and then restating them when you're sort of more sure about where you want your mark to be, or just going for it and then redrawing it if it's wrong, just redrawing right over the top. And actually, once the paint's on and whatnot, people don't even really notice it too much, or if they do, they just don't really see it. So you can actually see that I kind of took this approach in the sketch in the bottom right hand corner of the guitar. You'll see that that's kind of what happened to me there, because I kind of misjudged the shape of the body. It's actually really difficult to shape to draw, and then this bass guitar is even more pronounced because it's got that huge like horn on the left, so it's an even more of an odd shape. So I always knew that was going to be tricky, but I just thought, who cares if I get it wrong? I'll just keep drawing it until it's like the right shape, and that's kind of why this is liberating. It's just that feeling of, oh well, if it goes wrong, I'll just draw over the top, or just leave it how it is. No big drama, So it's very much learning to let go, to stop being so precious about our sketchbooks. I'm totally guilty of that, by the way, and using them more just like a visual notebook. I'm sure you cross things out when you make a mistake in your notebook. Well, do people even use notebooks anymore? And I don't mean a computer, I mean actual pen and paper. I mean, I do. I love them. My best thinking is actually done with a pen and paper. I also love leafing through old notebooks to actually re-inspire myself with months or even years worth of old ideas, goals and dreams. That's like one of my favourite things to do. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, the idea of this video is just to show you that you can sketch anything, any item or anything that has meaning to you, any kind of story. You can even add little notes. I think Roisin Curie does that a bit. Other sketchers do it, obviously. You can add in some little notes about what you're doing. In this case, I just kind of kept it as is, and I just enjoyed drawing the little details. I was quite intimidated because some of it's quite difficult, but I kept it simple, and focused on what was most important to me. So things like getting the gold sort of look on some of the tuning pegs and that kind of thing. And just having a go, to be honest, and just kind of, letting go and not really worrying too much about the end result. I just want to give out a huge shout out to some of my Patreons, Simona, Christine, Bettina, Sylvia and Desert Morning. Thank you so much for being a Patreon. I love you guys. It's really awesome to interact with you over there, and thank you so much. So big shout out to you guys. I hope this video has inspired you guys. If you've got any questions, just let me know. As usual, relevant links will be below, including my book Sketchy Adventures Around the World and my course Sketchy Adventures in Ink and Watercolour. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video.